Mr. Speaker, with 13.2 million people out of school in Nigeria, Nigeria has the highest number of out-of-school children. And unfortunately, most in the north, east, and the northwest. But Mr. Speaker, I'd like to use this opportunity to talk a little bit about the issue of the Almajiri. The word Almajiri, Mr. Speaker, is derived from an Arabic word, Al-Muhajirun, which means a seeker of knowledge, Islamic knowledge. Unfortunately, a lot of people mistake it to mean that it is somebody that goes out to beg. It means a seeker of knowledge, Islamic knowledge. Now, why I'm talking about the Almajiri issue, Mr. Speaker, a 2014 UNICEF report clearly states that 9.5 million out of the 13.2 million out-of-school children are Almajiris, which means 72% of that 13.2 million children that are out of school are Almajiri. And this is very, very unfortunate, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, a lot of us benefited from free education and scholarship. Some of us that are young might have not benefited within this chamber, but their parents too benefited. Mr. Speaker, our past and present leaders benefited from free education, free scholarship. But unfortunately, Mr. Speaker, why is it that we cannot give back what we have received? Mr. Speaker, we put a lot of money in infrastructure, in building roads and bridges. But what is the use of those roads, Mr. Speaker, if they are going to be manned by kidnappers, by terrorists, by insurgents, by armed robbers? That is an issue we should look at, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I believe that the religious leaders and traditional leaders in this country have a major role to play. They have a major role to play. And it is by speaking out, by consistently speaking out, that a message will be sent. Mr. Speaker, education is a passport to the future, and it is the most powerful weapon and anything bad that you can think of. But Mr. Speaker, another thing that we should always remember is this House has the power of appropriation. It is our duty to allocate funds to the education sector. How much of the percentage of our budget goes into education? Mr. Speaker, there are countries that have laws that clearly specify that
Honourable member, please step back. Honourable.
A certain percentage of that budget must go to education. Now, if this is made a law, Mr. Speaker, then no government can change it. If we allocate 10%, 20% to the funding of education, then any government that comes cannot change it. It is a standard.